shadow of President William Ruto is back in the spotlight amidst a report about parastatal CEOs and chairpersons resigning en masse few months after getting into office, with three powerful offices calling the shots in what have also been dogged with corruption and bribes. That people are asking, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bold Analysis. And in this podcast, I want us to have a walkthrough inside the fresh, ugly image of state capture. And we are going to use the case study of Love Fund, coming from a latest statement by embattled, or rather, walk away, UDA Vice Chairperson Seth Panyako. It is smelling a rat drama after the other. And it all started here. Seth Panyako is saying and is asking the leadership to be sober enough. When David Koros left Lab Fund and he went to NSSF, the board settled on Galm Geldesa as the acting chairperson, waiting for the CEO, or the acting CEO, waiting for the chairperson. And in February, President had picked former Laikipia East UDA aspirant Amin Dedi Mohammed Ali as the chairperson of the Lab Fund. And so, as we speak, Amin Dedi resigned as the chairperson of Lab Fund, and also the CEO that was picked has also been kicked out, and it all started here. I wanted to get this soundbite, and I think it's also important to tell you a sneak peek of what Lab Fund is all about. Now, you can take good use of your Google. Lab Fund caters for all employees of county governments and the water companies, where members contribute 12%, while sponsors contribute 15% of the members' gross salary, basic salary plus house allowance. So it is a state corporation. Lab Fund operates as a parastatal under the National Treasury, regulated by the Retirement Benefits Authority, audited by the Auditor General, and supervised by the Inspectorate of State Corporations. And so, if you listen to that clip, you'll get a sneak peek of what exactly happened. That three powerful offices really colluded to kick out or even to direct what exactly is to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to dissect this issue of corruption using my 3 points, my 3 PowerPoints. But before I look at my 3 PowerPoints, I need to make a personal submission that the statements, or rather such utterances coming at this time, when the Kenyan people are paying attention as to whether government really means well for the taxes they are collecting, is already denting the image of the state. But it points out to a backroom fight of what exactly is going on. The word is state capture. President promised, I will end state capture and I will make sure that money, Kenyans' money, taxpayers' money, is not going into people's pockets. I don't know whether that really is still a position. My 3 PowerPoint is this. The state capture has, I think William Ruto is abetting state capture indirectly. And his role in abetting the state capture is because of these 3 PowerPoints. He cannot counter state capture and is actually aiding it because the termites are evading accountability. Remember, I normally tell you, the problem with us that Kenyans have with administration is we can have very good projects and very hefty accounts, but the termites will come out of the woodwork to feast on the taxpayers' money. On this one, if the three offices, if that of Mudavadi, Rigadi, President, and Adan Duale is in the mix, is influencing who becomes the CEO, the chairman, and so and so, while the law allows the board to choose, or rather, let's say the law allows the proposals to be independent, the parastatals to be independent, then clearly the accountability that is supposed to be at the center of effectiveness of these parastatals and any other organization, accountability is going to be compromised. And the reason why you are seeing a lot of interests, forces colluding to capture this could largely, the termites are evading accountability. And I think Panyako had a straight hint on this point.
The other day you gave a directive, Your Excellency President, saying that if something happens in state corporation, board of directors, the CEO and top management will be held personally accountable. How will we be held personally accountable in lap fund when the state, the office of the president, deputy president and Eden Duale want to decide who will be the CEO of lap fund? The board must be left to do its work. You have been preaching that you want institutions to be independent. What are you doing in lap fund? Kashakwa, toa mkono wako lap fund. Wachana na lap fund kabisa. Hiyo ni pesa ya wafanyakazi. Hatutakubali uwe nani kucheza na pesa ya wafanyakazi.
I think I need to repeat, and we need to be very clear here. When you get to power, conflicts doesn't end because people again fight to share power. When you don't get it, you sit back and blame yourselves. There is a second bit, my second PowerPoint, where President William Ruto cannot counter state capture is because the forces are colluding to plant leaning cronies, leaning civil servants. We need leaning cronies in these parastatals because I can tell you that is where huge tenders are awarded. It is also a chain that is going to absorb others in it. If you look at two scandals that emerged recently, KEMSA is a bit of a state corporation. There's a direct influence from the executive, some members of the executive, into the mosquito net tender. Why? And this is because Waziri Susan Nahumisha was getting shocked that there were junior officers under the MOH that were receiving instructions from a higher office than that of Waziri, and they were defying calls from Waziri there and acting on behalf of some powerful individuals. And these people are trying level best to put cronies. Two PS, one has been sacked, one has resigned, Correctional Services, PS Esther Ngero. Getty has also left, we told he's resigned as the chairperson of Lab Fund. And the quite number that is going on, the pressure is just too much. And does it mean, many would want to argue that Ruto is not on the know. I am not appreciating that statement of these people have those advisors around Ruto. And that is why I disagree with Panyako when he says that people around Ruto are misadvising him. I think there was a point he was making that.
I will not die a coward. Those cowards surrounding the president, cheating him that all is well. Very soon you will see the government is falling apart. PS left the other day. Panyako left the other day. Chelde, the Amin Dedi, chair of the board of Lab Fund, left yesterday. It cannot be good when people have started leaving. You cannot be in government less than a year and guys are going away. Something is wrong, Your Excellency. Those psychophants around you are cheating you. Things are not good. And any man and woman of integrity will soon be leaving your government.
Now, there is a place I don't agree with Panyako. When he says, and it's not just him, quite a number have been making this, I think even Miguna was making this assumption. Those who are calling out UDA administration are trying to blame those around him and absolve him from the blame. Ruto is on record saying, mimi si mlevi, mimi si mwenda wazimu, mimi si Uhuru Kenyatta. And he came out just stamping about a man who is steadfast. And I remember even Jane Marriott, the UK envoy here, was in a TV station interview and said the way William Ruto is a hands-on man and easy to work with, and a man who is on top of everything. Ruto is on top of everything. And those who believe that it's about his advisors, what advisors are saying, are simply getting it wrong. Because some of these appointments that are being given here and there, apart from the lobbying through backroom connections, there's some appointments that are politically being made just for ground smoothing. Because someone was promised that Serikali Kuba will get something that is going on. So I don't think it is not right to absolve him from the problem. It's a bit of an escapist narrative. Let me tell you. My third PowerPoint is this. The whole thing is about Oduor, Operation Oduor Mudavadi. I want to explain why. The Inspectorate of State Corporations, that office is under Prime Cabinet Secretary, Mr. Mudavadi. And you know that's why I'm getting worried. I'm a bit shocked when Panyako is dragging Salem Davadi, Treasury, Deputy President, State House team, and Adam Duale. And okay, fine, let's be fair enough and say Deputy President is Deputy President, so within the hierarchy of power, he comes second. Prime Cabinet Secretary, the Inspectorate, this Inspectorate of State Corporations is domiciled in the office of the Cabinet Secretary, Prime Cabinet Secretary. So for him, legally, his hands are on whatever is going on. But then, how do Duale come in? Let someone make me understand. Because Duale is defense CS. How is his name getting dragged in this? That's what I don't get. Treasury, you also understand, because Treasury, these parastatals work under, they're all under Treasury. You know, we have, I just reading that we have almost 263 parastatals in state corporations. They're all under Treasury. So Treasury is also the financial. So it works. And when you see other offices now, these names being dragged, if you listen to the speech by Panyako, he's saying Salem Davadi, State House, Rigathi Gachagua, and he's asking them that you guys, you need to keep off state corporations. What's happening here? All these heads have come here, Operation Oduor Mudavadi, because it actually falls under Salem Davadi. If you remember, there was a meeting that was held in Naivasha, I think it's, if not Naivasha, Nakuru, where he met, Salem Davadi met board members of state corporations, and he was telling them that those that are not making profits, that are not having economic value, will face privatization. I know that on political corridors, we can profile, I've seen him being profiled, Seth Panyako being profiled as bipolar or something. But the truth of the matter here is the allegations and what he is saying there, you will check, you'll find out really, that fund doesn't have a CEO. And people are being asked, so if that is one state corporation, then what's happening really? What do you think is happening behind the scene? And if this is going to be the model or the criteria of people getting jobs, then what exactly, those people who don't have access, if that just that one is 20 million, how much are people paying to get to be directors in state ministries? How many are people getting to become the CBK governors, to get prime positions? We have a problem, and it's a problem. We are in a hole, and in this hole we are in, I don't think the team we have is going to remove us out of this hole. The reason why they will not remove us out of this hole, we are in, I think the state capture has morphed up into something else. We are in a crisis where people collude to feast. The termites collude to feast. And deliberately, we have left the fight and count on state capture because of the 3 PowerPoints I was talking about. The accountability, people want to avoid accountability. We need to appoint leaning people into organizations, into corporations and parastatals. And again, because this is domiciled in Mudavadi, everyone is bringing in his interest. Number one, to push Mudavadi out. And let us not lie that Ruto is not on the know.